everyone. Welcome back to Minions of Habuu for another exciting episode. Remember, we're an inclusive group, and we appreciate the fact that you guys are watching us. We hope you're following us on Twitter, Twitch, and even Discord for some exciting games throughout the week. We're only here Tuesday, and we appreciate the fact that you've arrived with us. Tonight, we're going to pick up where we left last week. Now, we've had a little bit of change up in the adventurers involved, so let's go ahead and get you caught up. At the end of last week's episode, we found two new characters who were one in a cage and two in the Iron Maiden. One of those is Taurine the Lost, a dwarven cleric. The other is Manfang, a.k.a. Noodle, who is a half-orc, half-dragonborn. Those two were freed from the bonds of the Minions of Habuu and have gratefully rejoined the group. Now, we ended the session with a big face-off with the High Cleric of the Habuu cultists. That individual was getting pretty beat up until she used some amazing magic and caught Manfang in a cloud of gray smoke. Holding a dagger to his neck, she has forced Parley onto the group. With everybody so entranced with the problem, our two forest gnomes have stepped away to go ahead and take the information/evidence that they've found back up to Sotrain, the Kenku. So let's go ahead and rejoin the group with Manfang, aka Noodle, frozen in place after stabbing the cultist, Robert of Zeppelin, Felix, a rogue human soldier, and Taurine the Lost, along with Mogamarsh, the half-orc soldier who returned from attempting to deliver his evidence, all now surround the lady head cultist. Gentlemen, what would you like to do? You are in a pickle.
Oh, really? Only person I know is in a pickle is Noodle.
There is only one person, so you can always trade him. The Habuu cleric has got the dagger, and she just keeps turning and twisting him, trying to spot an opening to get between you guys. You guys are going to let me go, right? You're going to let me go.
Yeah, sure, we'll let you go. What
Back off,
promises
then.
do we have that you'll let him go?
My word is a devout child of Habuu.
Well, sure.
We don't lie.
My word is a devout child of David Koresh.
I'm not familiar with that priestly name,
Ditto.
she says.
Felix is
Felix.
a very honorable man.
I see. Felix,
Sent down by the gods to
pulsating.
lead us.
Still pulsating?
Very, very much so. You are really feeling it now. That bee sting is atrocious. For those of you just joining us, this group of would-be heroes has already discovered that the cultists are using cherry pits as a toxin and are carrying the plague via bees, which Felix, rogue human soldier, unfortunately has been stung. I don't know this David Koresh, but I know I'm going to stab this dragonborn if you guys don't get out of my way and let me get around you.
Well, how do I
Wait.
let him go?
I've told you I would.
Well, I told you I'd let you go.
Well, clear a path and let me go.
When are you going to let him go?
Hold on, what?
What? Do you have a cure for what's going on with my neck?
That sounds like a personal problem. Now step away and let me get away.
It sounds like it's about to become both of our problems.
Let's roll initiative, shall we?
I love that roll.
Beat a 16.
Natural 20.
10.
8.
19 for the Noodle.
Noodle doesn't count. He's frozen. Taurine?
+1, 18.
Robert of Zeppelin and Taurine the Lost. You can see that the female cultist is getting really antsy, and that dagger just keeps getting closer to the reptilian skin of Man-Fang the Draconian. What would you like to do?
All right, without making it too obvious, I'm going to make it obvious. All right, don't kill the reptilian thing. I'm going to put my weapon away. And without her knowing, I'm going to exchange that for the dagger I'll keep behind my back and make a path.
Taurine the Lost?
Cast Sacred Flame.
Are we going to have Shipwreck Cove all over again?
I think we are going to have Shipwreck Cove.
I love you, son.
Taurine, give me a DC 15 versus Wisdom for perception. I want to check on something. So D20 plus your Wisdom bonus, please.
My Wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
27.
What was your roll?
9.
Your roll was a 9? No. I'm sorry. Not plus your Wisdom bonus.
27.
I'm not beating that one.
Yeah, 13.
So that's plus 1. Or no, that's
Plus 4.
plus 4. 13's not good enough. Blast me. Hit me with that sacred flame. Noodle, do you know what splash damage is?
Get ready to learn.
You're about to. When those robes go up.
Here's the deep end of the pool, son.
Yeah, 2.
2 damage? Noodle, go ahead and give me a DC 11 versus Wisdom. See if you snap out of it.
Would you roll a natural of?
20.
Taurine the Lost extends his hand, sends blue flame cascading at the lady cleric. The front of her robes goes up in magical fire damage, and she is knocked backwards a bit. The blast was suitable enough to singe Noodle for 1 hit point. However, he is now knocked out of his trance and is back into the real world. I will take 2 hit points. But that is going to change what I do because I believe I was next in line for initiative, correct?
Yeah.
2, 4, 5. On my screen, I'm going to go Robert, Noodle, Mogamarsh, Taurine, or Felix. The love and feeling is going to Felix as the female cleric reaches out to put a little touch on you. I don't think 14's enough, though, is it?
What am I looking at here?
To hit
Armor
you
class is
for your AC.
14.
Good enough. I'm going to give you a loving touch of anti-healing. I'm going to cause wounds. Ooh. 4 big hit points.
Ouch.
Boys, this has just changed rapidly. Noodle and Robert and Taurine have already gone. That leaves Mogamarsh and Felix to do your worst. It looks like Parlay has been ended by Taurine the Dwarven Cleric.
Well, I'm going to attack with my short sword. I rolled a 5. Don't think that's going to hit.
Just a bit outside. Mogamarsh, welcome back. Out of curiosity, did you hand off your evidence to the 2 short forest gnomes, or did they bypass you without stopping?
I gave it to them.
Okay.
They took it.
Fair enough. You are up. What would you like to do to this female cultist who, since you just arrived, assume is causing a problem?
All right, let's attack her.
AC 12 to hit.
All right. 5.
Moga Marsh is taken off guard by the huge pulsing, I think we determined it was a bulge last week, on Felix's neck. So with both of those guys missing, it's time for a new initiative, please. 19.
11.
21.
20.
16.
10.
Plus 1, 11. Sorry.
Robert and Felix, you have beaten the female cleric. Do your best.
I'm going to
They're gonna
swing the
take
short
these
sword
turns to
again.
switch weapons.
You can, but that'll give me enough time to strike since I got a 19.
I'm just going to stab you with my dagger.
Fair enough. Mr. Stabby.
21.
Felix, who'd you hit?
The air. I rolled a 9.
And Robert?
8 points of damage.
Ooh, that carves her up nicely. As Robert flicks the dagger across her face, a large gash opens up from forehead to chin right here. Just right through
My
here.
father gave me these scars. He said I didn't style enough.
She whips her head back up and anger fills her eyes. And she is going to take out her frustration on
Felix.
Taurine the dwarf this time.
Get on, baby.
Blue flame begins to crackle from her fingertips. She's going to give you that love touch that she gave Felix. Nat 20.
Ouch.
Ouch. Bam! 8 hit points. Drills the dwarf.
Talk about your hunka burning love.
Are you still with us, or are you flat on your face?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm still with you.
Noodle, Mogamarsh, and Taurine, you are up. She is bleeding profusely from a serious facial wound, and she has got nothing but rage in her eyes. Who was next after 19?
I was 11. What do you guys?
Frank, Noodle's up next. He had a 16, and I believe Taurine had 11 also.
Okay. Noodle, if you don't get her, Mogamarsh and Taurine will have their opportunity.
All right, so you're going to hit her with your...
Great axe.
Tell him, not me.
I'm going to hit her with my great axe
We shall see.
for
No. That plus...
18.
That's a hit.
All right. Now you ready to go. There you go.
That was no floppy noodle hit.
That's a plus 4. 13.
13.
Woo!
She is on the downward spiral. Mogamarsh and Taurine, you have the luxury of hitting her with advantage, meaning roll 2d20 and you can take the highest one because she is sinking like the Titanic. To those survivors of the Titanic, my apologies.
17.
I didn't offend. 17 is a hit.
All right.
Taurine,
7 damage.
15.
that hits. What's your damage?
Plus 3.
And Mogamarsh and Taurine, what are you using?
Warhammer.
Longsword.
As Noodles strikes her true, Mogamarsh slashes her through the belly as Taurine crushes her shoulder. The cult fanatic known as Odaya has Odetta. She be dead as the blood pools underneath her facial wound and pours out. You all sit back and take a big, deep breath as you look around the otherwise empty building or empty chamber filled with some interesting items.
I'm going to kick her and say in the name of Koresh.
That's what I love about lawful parties. Folks at home, if you don't play with alignment, that's okay. We aren't big on it either. As you each double over and catch your breath and notice that Johnny Sureshot's neck is pulsing like a secondary heart, you look around and you see the slashed body of the cult fanatic in front of you. On the back wall is a statue of who you assume to be Habuu, which is adorned with a pair of round cut onyx stones in the eyes, a la First Player's Handbook.
If I'm not mistaken, that means this is a monkey with a little fez on its head?
No, that would be a different.
Oh.
This would be something else. This would be
Little
a
symbol?
guy with a fez on his head driving a little tiny car with onyx eyes.
Scary.
So you have the statue and brazier in front of it to evaluate, as well as Odia's tattered, slashed corpse.
I'll
Who
check the
likes-
corpse.
Corpse?
Statue.
Statue?
I'm going to go with the corpse as well.
Corpse? Torino
And I'll
noodle?
go with a statue.
And
What was
noodle.
the third item again?
The brazier in front of it.
You want to look at the brazier?
Sure. Brazier. I'll take it and shove.
Well, you go up to check out the brazier, and I'll find that it's made of copper and gives off an immense amount of heat. It looks more like a modern-day barbecue. Nothing else exciting about it. We'll go up to the statue of Habuu. It looks like with a little effort, you might be able to pry out the rather large fist-size onyx stones out of its eyes.
Don't have to tell the dwarf twice.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to need to stand on somebody's shoulder.
Orc.
I'll throw him up there.
Roll a d20. I love it when
Just
we're
don't let Felix throw you.
Don't let me throw you. You're going straight into the river behind us.
Ooh, 19.
Oh, 19. Taurine, you are thrown up atop the statue's stonework onto the shoulder, which allows you to pull out any edged weapons to try and pick at the stones.
My pack.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do the first one first. As you kind of tinker in and try and pry it open, give me a DC 10 versus dexterity. So a D20 plus your dexterity modifier to make sure you don't land on either noodle or in the brazier.
Just made
Please
11.
land in the brazier. Please land in the brazier and not on me.
One more time.
Oh, at 11.
An 11's good enough, so you maintain your balance. Now, let's go ahead and roll a D20 to see if you can pick that first onyx stone out of the eye socket.
That's a 5.
Odds, the brazier, evens, noodle. Go ahead and roll any die.
We hit noodles.
Noodles, D12 against me, and let's see if it conks you on the head or if you make a miraculous catch like you're playing center field.
You call for a die 12?
Yep, and I rolled a 10.
He rolled the same.
Reroll. 12 this time.
Ditto.
Really? One more time.
No, he got a 12 again. I'm sorry, you can speak, son. I apologize.
I got 12. Ha!
Taurine, you kind of lose your grip. You flick the onyx stone off. Noodles, who grew tired of looking at the brazier, puts his hand behind his back and makes the grab. Let's do a little cut over to the dead body search. After kicking the body and moving the blood streak along, what would you like to do? Turn it over, do a pat down, throw it into the river?
I'm going to do a pat down. Felix said something about full cavity search. I'm not getting.
I'm not sure I'd want the full cavity search, just the cavities that might contain a potion to heal this giant, bulging, pulsating sore.
That's what I was talking about. The pocket cavities.
Pocket cavities, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a bag of holding, only slightly different.
Exactly.
Sure.
Common
I get
misconception.
Nobody calls it that. Nobody.
But we're a PG show, and we're going to call it that. You see a dagger that she held at Noodle's neck. It has an onyx stone in the pommel, so it's worth something. She wears an amulet around her neck with a great big golden H. And Felix and Robert, D12 for the last item. High roll gets it.
10.
11.
Robert, you find a small copper key. So you found a dagger, an amulet, and a key.
How big's the necklace of the amulet's necklace on there? Is it a pretty big one, hangs low?
Yeah, we're going to call it like a big triangle, kind of an Egyptian
All right.
thing.
Well, Felix, you can have that since it'll actually fit around that bulge on your neck.
Oh, well, I thank you. That's so kind of you.
I'll take the dagger since I have some pretty good, work with daggers. If it's okay, since I daggered her dead.
I might as well, yeah.
And
Okay,
kicked
thank
her.
you. And I tell you what, I'll hold on to the key, but I'll keep you informed of what it opens.
Wow.
So basically, you're giving me the necklace and taking all the good stuff.
That's what it
How
sounds
about
like.
this?
Last key.
How about this? Let's roll for that dagger.
Oh.
I think we just did. I rolled 11, buddy.
That was for the key.
That was for the key.
Let's roll for the dagger. I'm a gambling man here.
That sounds like a bet.
Let's roll for it.
Okay, what are we rolling?
D20. 15.
He got it. Is there any disadvantage for his bad luck at gambling?
I'm pretty sure I have a gambling +5.
Right.
Oh wait,
we've
that's a
seen
minus sign. It's got a smudge on it. No, never mind.
that. So
I'm taking this dagger.
Johnny Sure-Shot takes the dagger and
Hold
the
on a
amulet.
second. Hold on a second. I'm going to DC 11 with a mod of 3. Do a little bardic charm. I'm not
Party
exactly sure what I got to
division.
do, but he's just going to make a wisdom saving throw. And it's a DC 11 plus 3 mod. I don't understand exactly how that works, Frank.
The DC 11 would be consistent with your level. We'll call it a DC 14, Felix. Tough roll.
So what do I got to roll here? 14 or better?
14 or better.
17.
You're up.
I'm keeping this dagger.
Little off key, little off key. And while you're tuning, Felix nicks the dagger and says goodbye.
I will still remember this when it comes to some kind of healing.
Back to the statue. Taurine, you were still perched high on the shoulder after being thrown by Mogamarsh. How about you switch to the other side or jump down? I'll give you 2 choices.
To the other side, we've still got one eye to go.
Correct. DC 12 to circumvent you rolling around on the stone head.
Mogamarsh, you are going to catch me, right?
Hold up your dagger, Mogamarsh.
6.
Another roll. Odd, you slide down the back and suffer damage. Even, you slide down the front and either hit the brazier or noodle.
1.
Sliding down the back. Why don't you go ahead and roll D4 and take that kind of damage? Mogamarsh, you hear, hey, I'm just going to slide! Thunk! As you peer around the side of the statue, you see that fortunately Taurine the dwarf has landed face first, so there's no serious harm.
Yeah.
How much damage? Is there any blood?
A little bit coming out the nose.
Back to the corpse. Felix, are you wearing the amulet or are you going to hang on to it and sell it?
I feel like I better
I
put
wouldn't
this on.
hang out on that bulge.
Why is that?
Doctor, I would advise against it. Let me carry it in my pack.
Okay, I guess I'll put it in my pack.
Okay. Mogamarsh.
Probably bad advice.
Mogamarsh, you want to help Taurine up and give him another toss? Or
Sure.
is Taurine interested in
Yeah,
getting tossed?
throw me over top the thing this time.
Interested or not, we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Manfang, you are hanging on to that beautiful gemstone very nicely that you caught. Give him a toss, Mogamarsh. And Taurine, let's do another DC 12 versus dexterity.
19.
Nice throw. With that kind of strength, you will.
Does have a
launch
nice
one.
arm on him there.
Yeah. And what was your saving throw, Taurine?
$12 against Dex.
Safe. He lands squarely because of Mogamarsh's gun show. Throws him up on the other shoulder, grabs a hold of the head, and steadies himself. Well done, gentlemen. Taurine, as you pointed out, that other Onyx eyeball is just kind of winking at you. Let's go ahead and do... now you're going to be on your strong arm. So you know what? I'll give you a DC 9. Go ahead and pop that baby out and catch it. If you fail, we'll see if it goes brazier or noodle.
Say it again, Dad. You were muted.
Sounds like it's 17.
17.
Pops it out, snags it with his good arm. Shows it off to you guys. You want to jump down?
No, I don't have a whole lot of hit points left here. I think
Anything
we're going
but
to
a
try
one
to
or two.
climb down.
Okay, I'll let you climb down. Anything but a 1 or 2.
Die what?
D20.
20? 7.
Well, not very graceful, but you do manage to make it down as you guys clap each other on the back at a job well done. You now notice a bunch of tapestries hang on the walls here. Some of them are grotesque, others are just questionable, and some are in relatively decent condition. Go ahead and do a general perception check, please. D20 plus wisdom. Take 17s or better for this one.
18.
Nice.
17.
15.
17.
10.
18.
15.
18, 18, 17. Is there a breeze in this chapel? Seems to be coming over there.
Let's
Sorry,
follow it.
I had cabbage for dinner yesterday.
Nobody
Yeah,
light
look.
a torch.
No, don't light the torch.
I might as well next to Felix.
So you
18,
felt it
18,
too.
and 17. You notice that one of the tapestries is just kind of just a little bit of slight movement. Not a lot, just a little.
Dr. Jones! Dr. Jones! Do you see that tapestry?
You call him Dr. Jones.
Let's ignore
No,
it and
you're-
just walk away.
No, no, you should go
Yeah,
over
there's
there and give
nothing
it a tug.
Yeah,
Go
the
give it a tug.
tapestry- the tapestry in question is on the south wall in the center.
Can I just bust through it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do
I
it.
think that is a wonderful idea.
Well, since he's going to do that, I'm going to ready my bow.
And shoot him.
I'm not going to shoot him yet, but I'm just going to ready my bow.
Fair enough. Mogamarsh, just give me a straight up D20 roll as you plunge headlong like you're in the movie Tangled.
15.
15. The good news is Mogamarsh crashes through this illustrious tapestry and just seemingly gets swallowed in by the wall. As he runs down a dimly lit passage, it appears as though he looks like a ghost. Somebody call Scoob because there's a ghost running down the hall. You get about 20 feet, Mogamarsh, and realize that you weren't 20 feet away. You come to a screeching halt, pull down the tapestry. There is one torch in this hallway that is 50 feet long, and it looks like it's almost burnt out. Behind you, you check, and everybody is looking in the gap that you've discovered, and ahead of you is a darkened room.
All right. I'm going to call my friends to come meet up with me.
He's
Grab
going to
the
phone
torch.
a friend, folks.
I'm going to grab the torch, start moving forward.
The rest of you, do you join him? It does not appear as he's a...
How far is it?
It is a 50-foot long corridor. He went in 20 feet, so he's got another 30 feet to get into the next chamber.
I can see 60 feet. What do I see?
Well, since he picked up the torch, that's going to cause some issues.
A little glare.
A little bit. It kind of looks like fairy fire. You're going to see nothing bearing any heat. So nothing appears to be moving in that far chamber. Mogamarsh, the torch will just barely reach the edge of that room, but you won't be able to see much.
I'll try to get us some light going here. I think I might have something.
An ever-ready flashlight?
Close. Hold on. Watch out, Felix.
Light? The light spell daze Mogamarsh. Being a former soldier, he realizes the center of attention for anything in this far chamber as you have illuminated him, casting his long shadow into the chamber, and he cannot but be a little bit concerned that any missile fire will definitely be directed at him as he walks down the red carpet. Would you like to continue down the hallway?
Good job, Zed Flynn.
Just trying to help.
I was trying to be all sneaky and stuff. You do that.
Yeah, that didn't.
The snake just crashed through the wall.
It was the ghost. Jinkies, Mogamarsh, what are you going to do?
Forrest Gump of Silent Assassin.
I'm gonna stand and wait.
Okay. Do the rest of you join him?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not staying in here any longer.
Who wants to be number 2?
You want to be next then?
I will.
Manfang speeds up to Mogamarsh,
Who's
putting his
Manfang?
hand on his shoulder.
Yeah, who's main thing? Who's main?
Who's Manfang?
That would be Noodle,
Noodle. Yeah, right.
the lesser-known Manfang from the Fang clan. Not to be confused with the Man clan. It's the Fang clan.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I
So-
prefer to go in before Felix. He's kind of bright.
That's fair, and Felix can shoot you better with his bow.
I personally wouldn't want to be in front of me holding this bow and arrow, but that's okay.
Either.
He got his bow out?
I
He
got it
always
out
has a
before
bow out.
Mogamarsh crashed through the tapestry.
Well, I
Taurine,
changed
are
my
you
mind.
bringing up the rear?
At the rear, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Well, that seems like the coward's way out. No risk, no reward. But yeah, sure, you want to be healed. That's fine before the next big fight.
You betcha I do.
Go ahead. I don't care. The long
Well, after
hallway
falling off the statue twice.
He slid down. The long hallway opens up into a very large room. The torches in this chamber have burned out, but there is a brazier in the center of the room that has glowing coals that flicker strange shadows as the side of the brazier is cut out in strange images. Some of the images are diamonds. Some of them are hearts. There's a spade, and then there's some clubs. So the surrounding area has those images flashing on the wall.
Can Felix handle himself in here right now?
I'm not sure I can. I'm getting the itch.
You're getting the big itch right here.
Yeah.
Mogamarsh and Noodle, go ahead and do perception check for me.
I noticed that bulge is really starting to pulse.
One more.
Sorry, 13.
Okay, and Noodle. Noodle only hears the deep, rhythmic breathing of Mogamarsh, the half-orc soldier, as he cleverly gleans a look. Mogamarsh, your 13 is enough to hear a faint scratching noise. It's not quite fingernails on blackboard, but there's something in here.
Can I tell where it's coming from?
Directly in front of you.
Okay. I'll keep going forward.
As you go forward, your torch starts to sputter and flicker, but the light that Robert of Zedplin has now creeps in as everybody advances, and everyone sees hands cut off at the wrists, scraping their way towards you across the wall. Everybody roll initiative. 22.
13.
17.
16.
14.
20. 22.
The good news is each of you are going to have a pair of slashing hands come at you. I will start with Robert. A 20 and a 12. 2 hit points to Robert of Zedplin. Noodle. A 4 and a 12. Mogamarsh. 5 and a 10. Taurine. 3 and a 17. Taurine, it's a good thing you healed up. 1 hit point. And finally, Felix the soldier. 16 and 3. 1 point for Felix. They aren't really skeletal hands. They almost look like they're petrified, and a pair have come at each of you. So it is now your turn. They are AC, we'll call them 11 to hit them.
What are they doing? Like trying to scratch us, or
they're trying to latch onto your feet and, like little kittens, crawl up your leg and just cut you open.
Wait a minute. Are these the ones in Willy Wonka's factory that are trying to hold my hat?
Willy Wonka is a trademark. I'm not going to go ahead and.
I'm sorry. Dilly Donka?
That's the one. That's the one.
Dilly Donka's
So,
Happy
no,
Factory.
Now we're playing by Family Guy rules. Who had the highest initiative?
22.
Whack 'em. Play whack-a-mole.
17.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Where's it at? 6 points.
Smashes one hand, just splatters it everywhere. If it would have had blood, it would have just gone everywhere. Who's next?
I had a 13.
I had a 17 or 14.
You know what? Since I've already gone,
14.
everybody just go ahead and fire it. It's AC 11.
Can we try to capture one of the hands?
Sure.
I'll do that.
Well, I've rolled a 1, so I don't think I'm going to hit it.
19.
You know what? 19, you hit it. Felix, go ahead and roll a D10. I'm looking at Robert as 1-2, Noodle 3-4, Mogamarsh 5-6, Taurine 7-8, and you will
It was
be
a 3.
Noodle takes one to the face. Johnny Sure Shot strikes again.
AJ hit you again.
Mogamarsh, were you?
Are you?
AJ, I'm gonna start
catch it?
throwing these hands at you instead of killing them.
Mogamarsh, were you trying to kill one or catch one?
Catch one. Capture it.
Fair enough. You've got it, and it's an angry hand.
All right. I put it in my bag.
Noodles and
Noodle
Taurine.
is rolling a 21 to catch one, and he wants to try to throw it at Felix.
The 21's good enough to catch it. Whip it at Felix. See if you can hit him.
Roll the
Anybody
dice again.
see Alien?
He rolled an 18 with no additives to it, so I'm pretty sure he has a +4 strength.
Felix, you now have a claw in your face. Taurine, what are you doing?
Is he still
I'm gonna smash one. I rolled a 19.
Hit? Damage? Dead. Another one smashed. So at the end of the first round, we have 2 smashed claws, 1 captured claw, now adorning the face of Felix, the bulbous. How about we roll for initiative, boys? That one's going to be a 6.
6?
6.
6.
What?
Sorry, 7. I forgot to add my
Go
1.
ahead, son.
16.
And
19.
Robert, Noodle, and barely Taurine. Fire at will. Felix, you're going to attack at disadvantage unless you attack the face. Now you have 2 pulsing things on your head. Robert, Noodle, and Taurine. Hit me.
3 + 4.
That's a hit. Oh, 9? No, 9 does not
7.
hit.
7
7.
points of damage.
Noodle takes one out.
La, 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 la. 9 points of damage.
And no more for Robert of Zed. Mogamarsh, Felix, and I are tied. I'll let you guys go. Caveat that if you kill me, I can still get you. Felix, Mogamarsh, you have a hold of 1. Felix, you got a hold of 1. Kind of. It's just connected to your face. So,
Yeah, I'm going to attack the one on the face.
okay, normal roll then. Mogamarsh and Felix go.
Gonna slap it off.
Is he going to stab it?
Warhammer.
With that dagger he got from
I
you.
suspect what he should do is make it grab on the bulge so he can pop it like a pimple.
Or make it worse.
I rolled a 15.
Yeah.
That's such a good idea.
You get it? Damage?
Be used as a back scratcher.
9.
7.
Damage? Mogamarsh? Or was that your attack roll?
Attack. So
Yeah, you missed that one. So, Felix, you've killed it, but since I was attacking you at the same time, I will still get my attack. Not to mention the one at your feet. So I have none on Robert. Noodle has killed one and thrown one, so he's empty. Or no, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Mogamarsh is holding one and one at his feet. Taurine has killed one at his feet. And Felix, we're just loading up on you. So I'll start with you. A 3 and a 4. So does that hit you? I didn't.
No, I don't
so.
think it does.
Taurine, the dwarf. 10. That doesn't hit you. Mogamarsh. 13
What am I comparing it to?
AC.
Nope. 18.
And finally, Noodle. 17, Noodle. Welcome to the party, pal. Dose hit points. I watch a lot of TV. That's the end of round. So let's do initiative. 5.
12.
19. 19.
So
Natural 20.
Okay. You guys are all golden. Robert, you've got nothing on you, so you're going to have to choose between one attacking Noodle. But you know what? Let's throw a little spin in. Everybody do a perception check since you won the round.
23.
20.
Noodle rolled a 1. Did he see anything?
He sees the claw crawling up his leg.
I rolled a 19.
And Taurine.
2.
Everybody but Noodle, who seems to be looking at his leg socks, notices a large shambling figure coming into the light source. It is the size of an ogre, but it is moving very slowly.
You realize at the same time you're saying that, there's this giant shadowy figure overcasting on you right at this moment.
Right. Oh, you mean
On your screen. Somebody's standing in front of your light.
Oh, that was the wife. That's okay.
I thought it was just good theatrics. It was good.
Like, this is awesome. I get a visual.
That's
He
right.
planned it.
So out of the. So thanks. You're now comparing me to a stupid ogre. I appreciate that. I'm gonna go with initiative. So you all see the ogre coming out. It is within missile range. It will be within melee range next round. So with all of you winning, you can continue to go ahead and hack at the little beasties trying to attack you, or break off to the other side and go ahead and go after the thing.
How many little hands do we have left?
We have one on Noodle, one held by Mogamarsh, and one on Mogamarsh, one on Taurine, and Johnny Sure Shot's collecting them like Pokemon.
Gotta catch him up.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon.
So I know Robert had the natural 20 and everybody else beat me. Robert, we'll go with you first. Since you have nothing on you, you can assist your associates. Or
I'm going to try to grab some. I'm
Okay.
gonna grab it.
You've got, according to my screen, you've got Noodle next to you and Mogamarsh next to you. So you can help out one or the other.
All right, Noodle.
Fair enough. Go ahead and attack.
21.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
I'm just going to hold on to it for right now.
You gonna bite its nails?
Noodle, the one that was attacking you is now in Robert of Zedplin's hand. You may try and attack it while he's holding on to it, or you can go after Mogamarsh and Felix. Felix has.
Can I try and take an arrow out of my pack and start stabbing the hand?
Yes, you may. I think that is a fantastic
So
idea.
does that apply with my longbow or my cross?
It'll be your strength modifier since you're using it in stabby formation. If I were you, I'd get it all the way up to the feathers.
Okay. So what do I use again?
Roll your die 20. You might be rolling a new character. Oh, he rolled a 19.
How much damage did you do?
What's he rolling for damage?
D4 plus his strength bonus.
You don't even have D4. Here you go. 5.
Well done. You've killed the crawling claw that was coming after you, and you have pinned it to Sir Robert's hand. Ah! Next up, let's go with Mogamarsh, Felix, and Taurine. Fire at will, gentlemen.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's stuck in his hand. They're connected
16.
now. They're connected in a way.
16 hits.
15. 17.
17
4.
hits.
4 damage.
I was getting ahead of myself. I rolled it to hit.
Yep. Would you roll to hit?
12.
That hits. Mogamarsh, how much damage?
8.
Mogamarsh and Felix kill theirs. Felix still has one. Taurine, damage.
6 points.
Taurine kills his second one. We now have a dead held one. A held one in Mogamarsh's hand. A living one coming after Felix. And now this pale gray, frosted over eye ogre is just lunging forward. Since I lost initiative, I'm only going to get the one attack on Felix. I will, however, try and slice Mogamarsh at disadvantage. So first Felix, 15.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Excellent. Felix, half orc, takes 4.
Ooh.
And Mogamarsh at disadvantage. That's a 9 and a 3.
Yep.
New round, new opponents. 6 for initiative.
9.
8.
23.
18.
Taurine.
17.
Everybody wins. We have one living one on Felix, one captured one with Mogamarsh, and an ogre zombie headed right for the party. You guys are up.
I'm going to high five, if you get my point, towards Mogamarsh with the one he's got in his hand.
Mogamarsh, you want to go ahead and high five him?
Can I throw it at the big gray beast?
Yes, you may. Go ahead. Those attacking the ogre zombie, whopping AC 8. What he lacks in armor class, he makes up for in hit points.
So if I'm throwing the hand at him, what do I use?
That'll be dexterity.
Okay. 16. 17.
Hits. Roll a d4 for this and see if you can poke him in the eye.
3.
3 hit points is good enough. Who wants to go next?
Can I pull
Good
the
question
arrow
for
out of my hand?
Is the hand like holding on now?
Yes, it's latched onto the ogre and it's peeling off some of the dead flesh. Kind of.
Yummy.
Can I pull the arrow out with the hand still on it and hand it to Felix to shoot at the ogre?
I would prefer you take care of the other one that's attacking me, because I am currently dying.
Can we put that other one on the arrow?
Okay, I'll stab the other one with the arrow.
The one on Felix's foot? Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, make sure you stab that one, not my foot.
We'll see.
Look on the bright side. If he does that, I won't be swinging a warhammer at it.
So what? My 20-sided dice plus what?
You're trying to stab it, so go strength.
Okay, 22.
Damage.
8.
Good enough. Felix, you now know creepy crawlies on you. However, I'd stay away from water. You now have a hole in your boot thanks to that little arrow. He did miss your big toe and your other keys, but you got a hole in your boot. It's going to need repaired.
You can use that dagger to fill the hole. Bye.
Taurine
thank
and Noodle, I believe you two are the only ones left.
A question?
Yep.
Cantrip that I used in the other chamber, the Sacred Flame, I don't have to rest to use that again, do I?
Correct. Cantrips in 5e or just shoot them if you got them.
I'm going to shoot the cantrip, the Sacred Flame, at the ogre.
Fair enough.
Between me and him.
Sacred Flame, you still have to hit me though, right?
Yep.
It's not a save on my okay. AC 8 to hit me.
Well, it is it's yeah.
It's not like Magic Missile. I think you got to hit. Noodle, have you gone yet?
It was a wisdom save.
Okay. Let's just say I didn't quite make the cut on the wisdom save.
Go ahead and tell me.
I'm going to attack.
That's a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, that's it could be a luck saving throw. I did not make it with that. Noodle, go ahead and attack. The zombie, I assume, since that's the only thing left. And damage Taurine.
He only get hit.
For the damage or just straight roll?
I think it's your straight roll.
So
4. Noodle, what'd you do?
what was his AC again?
8.
Ooh, just in there. He rolled an 8. And how many points of damage?
4, 5, 9.
9 points of damage.
Oh, that's respectable. Rocky Road. That's a 2, Robert. The former Raider lineman is coming after you with a 2. Fire back. New round. Since I am a zombie, I get to automatically lose initiative. Gentlemen, the ball is in your court. Oh, fire bad.
Unnatural 20 to hit.
18.
10
16.
points of damage.
So that.
6, 3, 9 points.
Mogamarsh, Felix, and Noodle.
Also 9 points.
Yeah,
Eight-
8
8
points. 8 points, just below.
And Mogamarsh.
19.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
points?
Sorry, 13.
Oh, okay. 13 and 17. 30. Me not like chunk.
Chunk.
Mogamarsh, you have drawn the short straw. Gonna do a little ketchup and mustard rolling. 14.
My AC is 18.
Nope,
So that means
I missed.
nothing. All right.
New round. I am not having any luck hitting you guys. You guys will automatically win initiative yet again. Go ahead. Anything 8 or above hits me.
9.
11 points of damage from
9
me.
plus 4?
9 plus 4, 13 points of damage.
13. 13.
7.
Johnny Sure Shots.
6. 6 points of damage, that is.
Taurine.
10. He said 10.
10. Well, I'm still breathing. Boy. Let's see. Probably my final roll. 8. Taurine, the dwarf. Ooh, 23 to hit you. This one's going to hurt.
I've got 18 points of armor.
It's not going to kill you, but it's going to hurt. It's not going to hurt. 13 damage. Whack! He knocks you down to size. Get it, dwarf?
He's
Down
2
to
inches
size.
shorter.
That's the man I want to be.
You're almost a gnome. New round.
Hey.
Still losing initiative. So I foresee a swift end. So let's go ahead and roll a D20 for initiative, and we'll see who gets the coup de grace.
17.
19.
20. Roll your 6 for Noodle.
Taurine.
For me. Unmute, Pops.
Not muted.
12.
Well, Robert of Zeppelin, let's see if you can put me out of my gruesome misery.
5 points of damage is all I can get out this round.
Felix, you're up.
7 points of damage.
Felix gets the coup de grace as he crushes the skull of the ogre. Green ichor spews out of its brain pan, and Felix's neck pops, and unconscious he goes.
I see a dagger in my future. I'm running over. What happened, Felix? What happened? Pat down, pat down. What happened? What happened?
Felix is deathly pale. The blister on the side of his neck has popped. It's oozing a kind of green pus, similar to what's coming out of the brain pan of the ogre. It does not look good for Felix at this point.
Turn it into a zombie?
Yeah, let me find that dagger he has so I can open that up, see if we can drain that a little bit more.
I
I'm
think
looking
he
for
wants
that
you to
dagger.
have it, yeah. Looking around, everybody roll perception.
Buddy?
Natural
D20
20.
plus wisdom.
Natural 20 for the boy.
Yeah, 6.
15.
2015 and Mogamarsh. Noodles spots a significant amount of glassware that even through his dragonborn skull realizes that this is a laboratory. He also notices a locked container. Robert goes ahead and pats down Felix. Taurine realizes that he's in a room. And Mogamarsh, what'd you get? Mogamarsh is taking in the excitement
13.
of this great new life. So the young dragonborn / half orc has located a locked box.
Well, as soon as I find what I need, I'll head towards the lockbox.
So with Felix dying in a pool of his own goo, everybody abandons him. Fine.
I want to look at the stuff on the laboratory stuff and see if there's anything that we can use to help Felix.
Fair enough.
Floor and medicine.
You know
It
what,
seems to me.
Unlike Frank, I'm gonna put a that tarp I got earlier on his wound to stop the bleeding. Slow it down a little bit.
You've got
Oh,
a
thank you.
blue tarp, brown on the other side. You're
Oh,
like an air
lovely.
conditioner in winter.
Hey, I didn't want to get anything on my barred clothes here. You know,
That's fair.
oozing everywhere. I don't think I can scrub that out.
Butcher aprons.
But according to my notes, the room with the Iron Maiden.
D or a T.
Yeah, the room with the Iron Maiden. I picked up a healing potion and stuffed it into my satchel.
Boy, if you were conscious, that'd be awesome.
It would be really nice.
We don't
Did I
know.
have
Did
to come
Robert
across
happen
that
to
satchel?
find that? What's that?
I would
It's a
assume-
purse. It's a purse. Call it what it is.
Whatever, man, purse.
I would assume Robert would have
it's a
found
man
it in the
purse.
pat down.
Like man
even though it
back
was-
I would have assumed he did.
Did I find the man purse?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's where the dagger
It
was.
does
Did I
not go
find
well
that?
with your stolen robes, though. You just can't pull.
That's okay.
All right. Did
It's
I
your
find my
opinion.
dagger? I misplaced my dagger.
You found a dagger with a black onyx.
That looks like mine.
That's my dagger.
Hey,
Muttered. Well-
Excuse me?
the unconscious people don't get to talk.
That's my
This is for
dagger.
the living people.
Okay. Oh, did I find the satchel? Hey, this stuff looks familiar. Now I'm gonna put it up to his lips.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna pour a little in, pour a little on this wound, pour a little in.
Sicko! You sicko!
Thank you, son. All right, nothing. Sorry, I tried. Hey, I'm gonna go over here. Try not to die. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna.
I feel like we're really coming together. We're really coming together as a team.
Oh yeah,
I put medication on him. What does he want?
bonding.
He wants his dagger.
So
Leave
I'm
my
gonna
elevator
go-
alone.
It shuts its mouth or it gets the hose again.
Okay, all we good.
Okay, since his potion's not working, I'm gonna go over to where all the laboratory stuff is because I happen to have a brass key.
Are you going to where Taurine is going through the glassware, or Moga Marsh taking in the show, or Noodle who has the locked box?
Noodle.
Noodle has a locked box, and that little copper key is plausible. It might fit in there.
All we can do is try.
D20. Glad nobody checks for traps. That's the important part of this adventure.
I wouldn't think like that. You only got to check for the traps. One ran away, the other one's laying dying.
Explosive runes rarely kills everybody.
The technology is
adding
here.
to
There
this?
could be a trap.
Nothing.
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 8.
You have your problems because of your large half-Orcian hands, but you do manage to get the slender key in there and pop it open. Inside... wow, I wasn't kidding. I did write it. Trap, but you had the key. Inside the locked container are 4 vials and a small book.
This is just like death row. One of these vials is poison, or the security. The other 3 are poison.
Perception check.
$18.
All 4 vials appear to be the same.
Okay. I'm going to look at the book.
Felix, how you doing dying over there? Because we've got an reader.
Well, at least he's fluent in all the languages, but is he literate? That is the question.
Kids, reading is fundamental for those of you watching. The book, and since you are proficient in many, many languages, it describes the methodology behind the creation of the plague. In the back, there are a list of names that appear to be associated with the cult and the dissemination of said plaguey thingy. Adorned with the symbol of Habuu, this item appears to be concrete evidence that the cultists are directly responsible for the issue in the city, as well as a alleged witch. Felix is not looking good.
Hey guys, I think I found a cure. You want to try it on
Oh,
Felix?
Can't hurt.
He's moments away from being shamed from Walking Dead.
Are you gonna try all of them?
Why don't we
I'll try
use-
something.
Why don't we use-
There are a lot of open wounds.
They kind of all look the same. So I'm just going to take the first one here and give it a whirl. You want to look? You can. They all look the same to me.
Can I put
Yeah,
them
let's
on
try
the
one.
vial and then jump them on the pus and see if it evaporates or kills?
Well, that's what we're doing. We'll take this vial and pour it on it.
Oh, good.
Little in the mouth, little on the wound. See what happens.
Rub
Any-
the rest
any
of it on your
objections?
butt and then put the rest in his mouth.
No. Just don't waste all of it. That
All
doesn't
right.
work. You
I'm
know.
Don't waste all of it. I mean, he's killed half the part. D20. Let's make sure you don't drop that vial.
Well, we have 4 chances. Let's see how your luck holds out there, Felix the Lucky. Ooh, 19.
19. A little bit in the mouth, a little bit on the neck. As you guessed, starts to foam up.
What? The neck or his mouth?
Both. The color,
boy.
Whoa.
the color starts to return to Johnny Sure Shot's eye. He blinks a few times and sits bolt upright. Anything
Who took my dagger?
anything lower than a 7, his head knocks that potion bottle across the room. So
Who's rolling? Me?
I'll let you roll. You've been quiet.
Oh, great.
Really?
Oh, an
Sounds
11.
like he's awful talkative for unconscious.
He bangs into your hand, but you manage to on the potion vial, along with the 3 unopened potion vials. And he's a little bit woozy, but he seems to be. So his speech is just. But it appears as though he's going to survive.
It's okay, my son. I have healed you.
Felix, go ahead and roll D8 and take your roll bonus your health.
Which bonus do I get?
Just straight up roll. No
Ah.
ones.
I'll take a 6.
That'll work. You've got 6 hit points back because of this toxin,
Whew.
or this antitoxin is also a minor healing potion.
Nice.
Thank you, Robert.
And you seem to have this funny taste in your mouth, and you can't figure it out. Kind of reminds you of a bedpan.
Huh.
And you.
What?
It must be the beard. Taurine, you go ahead and look over the glassware. This is some expensive stuff. If only that forest gnome hadn't run off, he would be in heaven right now. This glassware is pretty expensive, but it's also pretty Italian, i.e. fragile.
Oh.
I don't see anything else.
Glassware, toxin making equipment, etc. Dead bees. You also see a hive of dead bees, which would confirm the small leather book that Robert of Zed Point located.
We can scrape some of those into this lockbox.
Let's take it. Is there a box to safely carry the glassware?
Well, yeah, I got the box with the glassware. I was about to say I got the vial box. We can put some of the dead bees in the book back in for evidence.
That's true.
Glassware.
The
fact
glassware.
that
Everybody D12. If you match my roll, there'll be a box with hay in it.
3.
6.
5.
7.
8.
11. No boxes with hay in it. Sorry, this is not a 1980s movie. So if you want the glassware, you're going to have to gingerly pick it up and carry it.
That's not going to work.
That's not gonna work for me either. I have these,
Pass.
and not for him. I have these giant hands, and
If only the forest gnome was around, I'm sure he would. The good news is, as you have surveyed the room, you find an exit to the south. However, it is a little past 11, and we did get a late start. So I think this is a good place to stop for right now. Congratulations, along with the evidence that Mogamarsh earlier had held, now held by Defiba and Copious V. Bitters III. You now appear to have enough evidence to go ahead and give to So Train the Kenku, who can deliver to the guards, to go ahead and implicate the minions of Habuu as plague keepers, if you can get it to her.
Somebody smell barbecue?
That's not barbecue. I believe you've already made mention as to what that is. Are there any questions at this point in time? You are in a safe room for the most part.
So we could probably rest for a few minutes then?
You may probably rest for.
Let's take a nap.
Out of character, that means I can possibly go up a level?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Just do hit points double, correct?
correct. With a short rest, Robert, Mogamarsh, Felix, Copious, and Dafiba will all make it to level 2. I'll give you your hit points, which are maximum. So you'll get your maximum amount of hit points for level 2. You will not get your new abilities, which there isn't that much, until you take a long rest. So the originals will get level 2. Noodle and Taurine are slightly behind, not by much, thanks to the ogre zombie and head acolyte. But you're close. You just have to successfully get out of the dungeon, and you have missed a few. So, folks at home, thank you again for tuning in to Minions of Habuu. Don't forget to follow us on twitch.tv, Twitter, and Discord. Just look for Geek Spiel and just tag us and follow us. You can get much more entertainment out of us by that method. A lot of hashtagging. So we will be back next week, hopefully around 9 p.m. For yet another exciting and questionable adventure against the Minions of Habuu. So, thanks, folks.
Good night.